So I decided to make a list of the top 10 rookies so far going into week 3. Yo, 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 what is going on, everybody? Welcome to MJC Sports YouTube channel. Today, we're talking rookies. Now, look, we're barely 2 weeks into the season, but man, has this class showed that it's very, very special. And some of these guys, they're not going to surprise you. Some of these dudes went in day 1, first round picks. Other guys, they were day 2 or day 3 picks that you probably didn't hear during the draft process. Now, some of these guys that I have on the list, they don't have crazy stat lines. Some of these guys have just been playing very good football. And some of these guys have just carved out some very important roles very early on the teams that they got drafted by. So I didn't make these guys in no particular order. I just really ordered them within the team that they're on or went by positions. So don't get caught up in the order I do this. And to be honest, this list was extremely hard to make because I feel like there's a lot of rookies out there that are somehow making a big impact early on. So I had to add an honorable mention for you guys. A lot of people don't like to give the linemen love, but let's start off with some offensive linemen for my honorable mentions. The first one is tackle out of Mizzou, Armin Membu for the New York Jets. Membu has showed why people were excited about him coming out of the draft. His run blocking is just like how we saw on tape. Going against TJ Watt in your first game as a rookie, and the way that he handled himself and the way that he had some great plays against TJ Watt in big situations, pretty freaking impressive. The second guy for our honorable mentions, Will Campbell, another offensive lineman. Honestly, his first game was kind of rough, but he was hurt, wet field conditions. But to be honest, overall, I've seen some great stuff on tape by Will Campbell. And if you guys have watched this during the draft process, me and Max weren't the biggest Will Campbell fans, but I tell you one thing, the guy destroys people on the ground every chance he gets. And his pass blocking, especially last week, was pretty damn good. I really look forward to seeing these guys progress the rest of the season. It's going to be real exciting to watch. All right, let's go into the actual list now. 1 and 2. I got Tet McMillan and Emeka Egbuka. I'm going to start off with Emeka Egbuka because I feel like it's only right. The guy has already scored 3 touchdowns, first of all. And these are not only touchdowns in garbage time. One of the touchdowns was the game-winning touchdown for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's carved out a role early on in the season. He's the obvious number 2 guy, and he's just very savvy. A lot of the stuff that we've seen on film in Ohio State, we're seeing it on the field in the pros. Understanding coverage, having steady hands, it's showing all on tape. Egbuka's looking like a true vet out there. McMillan, on the other hand, he has already solidified that number 1 target in Carolina. Now, I know they don't have anyone special down there, so it had to be him, but he's a true alpha receiver, and he is so damn physical of a receiver. Watching the film early on, he has no problem getting physical with these corners. And I already see the ability to read zone coverage. He hasn't caught a touchdown yet, but the film is saying that this guy is due for a breakout game as far as touchdown-wise. He's already eating up all the targets. I'm really excited about McMillan, especially because he was a hot and cold guy during the draft process. Some people loved him, some people not as much, but these are definitely the 2 receivers that really popped out these first 2 weeks. Okay, next up, we got the Atlanta Falcon boys, and they both play in the secondary. Billy Bowman, number 1. Chris Collinsworth was talking about this guy nonstop on Sunday Night Football, and it was well deserved. Coming out of Oklahoma, me and Max were huge fans of Billy Bowman. He plays with his hair on fire, and that is no different when it comes to him in the pros. He is very sticky in coverage, and he has a knack just about being around the ball. He reminds me a lot of a guy like Brian Branch in Detroit. And I really do think the Falcons hit a home run with this Billy Bowman guy. Now, the other guy in the secondary is Xavier Watts. This team already has Jesse Bates. They had Justin Simmons last year. And honestly, as good as Justin Simmons has been as a pro, I think Xavier Watts has been a lot better than Justin Simmons was last year, based off 2 games. He already has an interception, and I feel like he's just that ball-hawking safety that can come screaming down on any pass. He almost had an interception. Baker Mayfield just threw an absolute dot, so it went right over his hands. But Xavier Watts, coming out of Notre Dame, was definitely that smart physical safety that was flying all over the place. And when it comes to the Atlanta Falcons, they needed defense bad this year. And the fact that they potentially hit on both of these guys is going to be huge. Everyone was talking about Jalen Walker and James Pierce, and James Pierce has played good himself. But Billy Bowman and Xavier Watts, more people need to be talking about the huge hits that the Atlanta Falcons just found in these two defensive backs. All right, next up, we got some tight ends. First of all, Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren was my #1 tight end coming out of the draft. And honestly, I was shocked when he dropped all the way down to 12 to the Indianapolis Colts because it's a match made in heaven. They line him up all over the field already, and he's an absolute weapon with the ball in his hands. He's basically a running back. And from day one, you can tell who's the best receiving option on that team. It's not Michael Pittman. It's not Alec Pierce. It's not Joshua Downs. It's Tyler Warren. Next up, we got Harold Fannin, who was my second overall tight end in this class. The bottom line, the kid has been flat out impressive. He's so hard to keep off the field. Everyone thought since the Browns drafted him, it was going to be a wait and see because they already had a pretty good tight end in David Njoku. And the Browns said, why not play both of them? The Browns run a bunch of 12 personnel now with Fannin and Njoku on the field. And honestly, I feel like Fannin has been outplaying Njoku to a certain point. I love the way that they line him up in the slot at times or even at receiver. And when he puts his hand in the dirt and plays traditional tight end, he's a dog as well. I just love the flexibility for his size that he shows running routes. He's so smooth out there. It looks so natural to him. I'm real excited when it comes to these two tight ends. Next up, we got a pair of Eagles here. Andrew Makuba and Jahad Campbell. Let's start off with Jahad Campbell. I don't know how the hell Jahad Campbell fell to the Philadelphia Eagles, but he did. And the Eagles hit an absolute home run again. And honestly, he went to the best team possible. Jahad Campbell coming out of Alabama, he was one of the most versatile players in the draft. Pass rusher, traditional linebacker, playing coverage, he can do it all. And that's how the Philadelphia Eagles are using him. To top it all off, this guy comes in day one and is playing 95% of the snaps already. It's absolutely ridiculous for a rookie. He looks like a vet out there. Andrew Makuba, on the other hand, he was a standout in the preseason, had a pick 6 on the Cleveland Browns. He has absolutely stole the job from Sidney Brown. It's not even close anymore. Andrew Makuba, a little bit like Billy Bowman, this guy plays with his hair on fire. He's just around the ball 24/7. Find the ball and you're going to find Andrew Makuba because he's already gotten his hands on that ball. Have been very impressed with Andrew Makuba and Jahad Campbell, two guys that I absolutely loved coming out of the draft. Now let's get to the last two guys on the list. We got a couple of Michigan Wolverines. The first guy, Will Johnson. He got drafted by the Arizona Cardinals in the 2nd round. This was some people's #1 corner coming out of the draft this year. He had some injury concerns, so that's why he slid in the draft. But honestly, he looks as advertised already. He looks healthy. He looks sticky in coverage. And I know McMillan got the best of him on some plays, but I feel like Will Johnson still got his on some plays as well. Arizona Cardinals need an alpha #1 corner, and I feel like Will Johnson, 2 weeks in, has shown why he's going to be that guy for the Cardinals. Mason Graham, on the other hand, I know the Browns got blown out last week, and there wasn't a lot of meaningful snaps for Mason Graham, but man, I was very impressed by the film of Mason Graham, especially during that first game against the Bengals. First of all, I feel like his get-off was really good. Second of all, I feel like he was just disruptive. He looked like the same guy that we've seen in Michigan. And don't get me wrong, it helps that you have Myles Garrett on your line, but Mason Graham had a couple of splash plays that I was very impressed with. Getting TFLs, getting some really good pressures, and all around just messing up the damn play. That's what you want out of your defensive tackle. I really look forward to Mason Graham because he's kind of going under the radar, and not many people are talking about him because Cleveland sucks. And that's all I got for you guys. All right, look, you would expect one of these running backs to be on this list, but as you guys know, it's been underwhelming for the running backs. It's taken them a little bit longer than people thought. Overall, I know there's more rookies out there that have been playing pretty good than damn selves, but these are the guys that stood out to me. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to comment down below, please do. Tell me, what rookies am I missing? Tell me some rookies that I should be watching the film on and how impressive they have been to you guys. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. We do podcasts, we do videos like this. You won't be disappointed. You come to the right place if you guys want NFL content. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.